Greetings and salutations, YouTube. It's Ahi back with another video. Day 18 or 17, I believe. And yeah, I have a lot of things I've decided to do, as the about section for this channel. Just a kid making the changes, or just doing the steps to make changes in his life. Well, something I did in video one, hashtag number one, hey, I'm Ahi, was I listed 5 goals, right? 5 goals I want to achieve or just attain to, I should say. And I did some thinking and I realized, damn, that's a lot of goals. And I realized, you know what, let's shorten it so it's easier for us to remember our roots. And when I said us, I mean me, myself, in my little head, right? I realized this while working out, which today I did, which I'll talk about later on. Yeah, so right here I have, the things I want to talk about in today's video. So one thing I did realize is we need to have 3 goals or 3 daily tasks we need to strive towards or work on, right? And the first one is discipline. Self-explanatory, right? I realize that I'm very easygoing when it comes to, guilty enjoyables and sinful extremities. Yeah, in this day and age, if you don't do anything as trendy, I guess it's counting as sinful. But yeah, consistency, which is what I'm doing now, which will link out to my workout plan, and hard work. I can't, want something this big when my input is, touching the floor. Heck, even going below the floor, right? So I realized if you stick to these 3 things every day, discipline, consistency, hard work, discipline, consistency, hard work, every single day, we'll strive towards it, man. We'll become great in ways I didn't imagine possible, right? And I am realizing when I say we, you guys might think I'm referring to you. I just wrote this down here with, little descriptions on the paper saying discipline, or these all 3 goals, we will become great. We'll become great and achieve things we thought we couldn't have achieved before, which I believe is insane. And I did this last night where I thought, you know what, let's just, simplify our goals. Because I realized the goals always needed 3 things or similar to 3 things, right? And yeah, so now our new tasks slash goals are the discipline, consistency, and hard work every single day, right? Consistency. Okay, first let's start off with discipline. Discipline, I feel I could start out with learning how to say no to myself. So, for example, my mom could have done a grocery run and she brought back, 5 packets of Lay's, 20 packets of Biltong, beef jerky if you're American, but yeah. And if you see something abundantly, you'd want it, especially if it's chips. And you'll be like, I'll just take one, close the packet, 20 minutes later, I might as well eat the whole bag since it's open, right? I need to learn how to say no to that first initial thought, right? I need to know how to control myself, I should be saying. So yeah, that's the discipline, or an example of the discipline aspect. Consistency, I need to be consistent with these videos, right? And soon, after, on video 21 and going forward, I need to be consistent with the editing, getting the camera set up on time, and just being overall diligent. I'm not too sure what the right word is, but yeah. I also need to be consistent with my workouts, with me attaining to my 3 goals, and hard work. You guys also saw this in my studies or in my earlier videos where I said I got better marks because I studied. You know what I mean? And this is not like to try and flex or, show off my bosom in a way. I'm not too sure what's the right term, but yeah. I'm just saying that before I realized that I wanted, the good marks, the marks that you see all these smart kids posting, the A plus, 99, 100, 100, 1 out of 10, placing first in their class. While I was the one scrolling when they were the ones studying, putting the work in to get the results they wanted to. So, in terms of hard work, I need to be pushing myself to the utmost failure, I should say. When it comes to studies, I need to hold myself accountable, right? And it's pretty much it for hard work. So yeah, this is going to be a very detailed and lengthy video, or I don't think so. So moving on to something else is I have a simplified workout that I'll be doing every single day, which ties back to my discipline, consistency, and hard work. Right, and the workout is as follows: push-ups, planks, squats, and crunches. And of course, as we improve, our strength increases. We can do weighted push-ups, weighted planks, etc., etc. But for now, I should be 100% honest with you guys. During the workout, I was absolutely shaking when it came to upper body. For squats, I'd say I'm pretty blessed to have these legs I do now. I'm very grateful for them. They can hold a lot more, especially from a young age. I was busy doing squats at school, as a form of discipline. Not because I wanted to, but there used to be this thing where they made us tug on our ears, crisscross, and squat down until the teacher told us to stop. And I used to do it quite often per month. So like every month I'll do it like twice, thrice. So basically once a week, more or less. But that's because, I was a growing kid. I never behaved. But nowadays I would say I'm matured, much more quieter and yeah. So the push-ups, what I'm gonna do now since I'm starting this workout, and I'm not the best, but I'm not the strongest. I'll be doing incline push-ups. So I skipped the wall. I went straight for the bed, It's inclined pretty high. So roughly my waist, which is, yeah, you guys can't see that on camera, but it's roughly my waist. For the planks I was shaking as well, man. With the push-ups, I saw that I was pushing up like this, which is bad. I moved onto this, right? And I felt a lot of pain on my elbows, which means I'm doing something wrong. For today, I did 2 sets of 7, which is, quite impressive for me because I couldn't even do on an incline push-up, especially on the bed I was doing it on. I couldn't even crank out 5, let alone 2 sets, For planks, I did 30 seconds. Those were long 30 seconds, I was absolutely shaking. I did it this position, made sure my back was straight, my buttocks was a bit, inclined. So if this was my body, I would say it's, roughly like, but yeah, I try to keep my core tight. Glutes, I guess I should say that, slightly up in the edge to make sure my body's straight. And yeah, shaky, but yeah. Squats, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Crunches, shucks, man, those were pretty hard. I think I only got like 10, 11. Because, yeah, I was just absolutely knackered, you know, man. After the push-ups, after the plank, I was knackered. I was like, should I do the crunches? Should I do this? Then I remembered my three goals: discipline, consistency, and hard work will get me places. So, yeah, what else? Oh, yeah, I did my own research and I realized because I'm skinny fat, right? But more or less skinny, I realized I look skinny fat because of my pelvic tilt, if I'm not mistaken. So if my wrist was my waist, it was more or less inclined, you know. And you know, I always had that rounded back or rounded front, so my front could go like that, you know. But I've been working on that for the past year now. Now my stomach is pretty, you know, flat. Just, you know, a little bit of excess fat, which, you know, comes from time to time. But yeah, I did my research and I should go on a bulk. And I found out that my maintenance calorie, I just rounded it off to the nearest 100, was 2,100 calories per day. So I realized, damn, that's, you know, quite, what I would consider quite small, especially when I look back at it every day and what I ate. You know, I only ate 3 meals. You know, breakfast was toast, eggs with a cup of tea. Lunch was a pie, pizza from the school tuck shop cafeteria, if you know. Um, when I came home, I'll probably have whatever my mom cooked me that day. And yeah, that's it. And I realized that can't be 2,100. If that is, I realize why I'm skinny, you know? But yeah, and I did research to get to a suitable, consistent weight gain. I should bump up my calories to 2,300, which to the experienced people, that seems like a lot of calories. But to me, I don't really think so, you know? I also did the research on the type of foods I'm supposed to eat, you know? I need to start um, actually becoming my own adult now. And yeah, I need to draw up a budget of saying, okay, let's do this. What foods do I need for this month? What type of poultry, meats, carbs, fats, you know, veggies, sorry. But yeah, that's pretty much what I did for the whole day, you know. I also do have an idea with the background here. I'm thinking of putting one of my most traumatizing games I've played, also one of my favorites, up there as like a small thing. Or, I don't know. You guys will probably know it's based on the first video. Yeah, that's pretty much what I did today. I really do need to, you know, actually, yeah, that's another background idea. I have all my three goals here, and under it, I'll probably have the tasks I'm supposed to do there on the daily. So I'll have a white makeshift whiteboard. I'll just put the task one, task two, task three, and every single day I would have like three tasks or one task per group. We'll start off like that. So for discipline, say no to, I don't know, bad things. So I'll think of it that day. Consistency, upload your videos. Or actually, scratch that, because you know this is becoming a second nature now. Where this is now my main consistent thing. Workouts. Then I'll have my workouts listed there. Then for hard work, study. Do more research on what you want to do, become, you know. And yeah, this is a pretty long yap sesh, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you're excited to see, you know, my plans, goals, and stuff. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. I hope you made your day, and Godspeed. See you in the next one.